All right, hi everyone, it's Miss Elkins, and thank you so much for joining me. We are going to get ready for all of our state testing for the end of the year. Remember, we are not going to stress about it. You are more than a test score. It just helps us to show what you know, all that hard work you've done this year. And so we're going to get plenty of rest, do our best. Don't stress on the test. All right, so just to get ready for that math test, we're going to look at some important math keywords together that you need to know before we get started, okay? So all year we've been talking about certain math keywords that are super important. Let's look at round. All right, I love rounding, and some things that you need to know whenever you need to know whether to round. Estimate, if it says estimate or around, you should be rounding. All right, 5 or more, raise the score. Add one more to that place it asked for. 4 or less, let it rest. My really important equal symbol keywords are equivalent. See, equivalent has a lot of the same letters as equal, equivalent, and the word same. I want you to think of that equal symbol. The plus symbol. Here are some important plus or addition keywords. Addition. Sum, S-U-M, is an addition answer. All together, in all, more, give. Minus, the minus symbol, subtraction here, super important. Lots of things to say about this symbol. I've got difference, that's an answer to a subtraction problem. How many more, super important. Make change. When you're doing money and you're making change, you need to be prepared to subtract. Let's see, less, take away. And the rhyme that I have in my class that we use to help us with regrouping when it comes to subtraction is when we go by each place value, we remember if there's more on the top, no need to stop. More on the floor, go next door and get 10 more. And that's how we regroup, okay? Multiplication symbol. I don't know if you can see it very well, but over here I have the multiplication symbol. The answer to a multiplication question, that is the product, P-R-O-D-U-C-T, product. You also need to know each. Each is a very special word because it could mean multiplication or division. You have to ask yourself, which one makes more sense in this word problem when it says each? Double means you need to multiply by 2. If I say double, multiply by 2. Triple, multiply by 3. Factor is another multiplication word. Factor is the number you're multiplying with, so a factor times a factor equals a product. And then equal groups can be used, again, for multiplication and division. You've got to ask yourself, does it make more sense to multiply or divide? If I have 5 groups of students, and I'm going to give each of them 4 Skittles, because Skittles are delicious. I have 5 students, 4 Skittles. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. All right, so that is 20 Skittles total. I multiply 4 times 5 to get 20. Over here, I have the division symbol. The answer to a division question is called the quotient. I have over here, it's that Q word, Q-U. Each, again, it's a division word as well as a multiplication word. You have to decide, make the better judgment. If I say I want you to put something in half, you're just gonna divide it by 2. Okay, so 8 in half of 8 is 8 divided by 2, which as we all know is 4. Over here we have the dividend and the divisor. Those are division words that you need to know about. Dividend is that big number that you're dividing with, and you're dividing by the divisor. So for example, let's say 73 divided by 9. What is 73 divided by 9? 8. Okay, that divisor is 9 because that's what I'm dividing it into 9 equal groups, 9 equal pieces. Over here, you need to know greater than and less than. If it gets, I don't know, can y'all get a good look at my greater than and less than over here? If you're dealing with numbers like 8 and 2, 8 is bigger, so it gets 2 dots, and then we connect the dots. That's how I know it's greater than. All right, that's how I know I can do that symbol. And we also, you're all familiar with, the hungry alligator eats the number that is greater. 8 is greater, so the alligator is going to want to chomp this side. Over here, I have that less than symbol. It looks kind of like a kindergarten L. L stands for less than. Over here, you've got the 2 dots for the bigger side. Let's say 1 and 6. 6 is bigger, it gets 2 dots. 1 is smaller, it gets only 1 dot. Connect the dots and then you have the less than symbol. Thank you. Oh, hold up, Miss Elkins. We've got one more thing. While I have it up here on the board, I want you to pay attention. Over here, I've got 2 jumps of 3 going forwards on my number line. 2 jumps of 3 is the same thing as 2 times 3. If I'm going backwards on a number line, that's the same thing as division. You need to know that. So if I'm starting at 20 and I go backwards with 4 jumps of 5 minus 5 each time, that's the same thing as 20 divided by 4 equals 5. I keep going with those jumps of 5 until I get to 0, and I've made 4 jumps. All right, thank you so much for watching the whole video. I hope this was helpful for you, and you've got this.